let's say drop shipping, right? Everyone's really big on, real hot on drop shipping right now. All the gurus are telling you go start a Shopify store. But let's actually work this through and like figure out what it would take to do that. Well, first you have to identify a product that's already being sold, right? Typically it's from China or something like that. And you have to build a website. That's going to take you a couple days. Then you have to put some copy up. If you don't know how to write good sales copy, stuff that'll actually convert, it's going to take you some time to learn and to figure out. Then you got to do Facebook ads. Well, if you don't know how to do Facebook ads, that's a learning curve. You're going to have to figure out how to do Facebook ads. You're going to have to figure out how to do it profitably. Then you have to run that traffic. Then there's email nurturing sequence. There's back-end sales, and et cetera, et cetera. And even if you do make sales, let's say that you're really, really fast and really, really good at drop shipping, which you wouldn't be if you're just starting out. Anytime you start something new, you're just not that good at it. And that's part of being a human being. But let's say somehow you have this hidden talent. You were just born to be a drop shipper. Okay, well, a couple weeks into it, you're finally making sales. And maybe you're making sales profitably. But what does profitably mean when it comes to drop shipping or doing a Shopify store? When it comes to drop shipping or doing a Shopify store, you're lucky if you have what's called 10% margins, which is after you pay the dude in China for the product, after you pay shipping and handling, after you pay Facebook ads cost, after you pay the monthly fees for Shopify and all the other little add-ons that they ask you to buy because they're all affiliates for it. And then after you pay your support staff, because you're not just going to sit here and do customer service emails all day. After you pay all that, let's say you make $100, you get to bring home 10. Okay, so this is after weeks. You make $100 in sales and you make $10. Well, that means you're gonna have to scale. And this is the thing that nobody tells you about. It takes a second to scale. You can't just push a button on Facebook ads and all of a sudden you're making a ton of money. You have to nurture the ads, and so long story short, something like dropshipping, which is what everyone is like trying to sell you of the get rich quick scheme lately, still takes weeks, if not months, before you're really making any decent income. Whereas with freelancing, you could, by this afternoon, be set up, ready to roll, and get your first client within a couple days. Now you may say, okay, I get that. I see, businesses are ready to pay now. You don't have to have like a 9-month closing sequence. People will pay you for all that kind of stuff. But you may also then say, but what if I'm new? What am I going to sell? What if I don't have a lot of skills? And here's again why I recommend freelancing over anything else. And it is because there are many, many clients who will happily hire beginners. In other words, you can get paid to learn your skills rather than having to necessarily pay to learn those skills. So when I very, very first started my freelancing business, many of you know I was homeless at the time. I didn't have skills. I wasn't a copywriter when I got my first copywriting client. I was transparent and open, and I can tell you I didn't make a ton of money off of those early first clients, but I said, look, here's the deal. I want to be a copywriter. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'll read the books. You give me the training. I'll do it all. And those clients said, great, in exchange for that, we're not going to pay you the highest prices ever. We'll pay you enough. And I was making money 2 weeks after I figured out what freelancing was and knew how to get clients and where the clients were hiding and where they were. Within 2 weeks, I was making enough money to go get, at first it was a motel, and then finally an apartment. I could not have done that with dropshipping. I could not have done that with information marketing or selling products online. I couldn't have done that with Etsy. I couldn't have done that with garage flipping. I didn't have any cash, right? So I had to do something where I basically said, I will work for you.